Hi, I'm Inanna, and this is day 2 of me meditating in 17 days of no self to channel from my highest self so that I could give you the answers on self mastery, the duality of this realm, and the reasons why we are here, and how to overcome any obstacle that you may encounter. Here's the first lesson. A lot of people don't understand what the real meaning of life is, but in truth, the real meaning is love, ecstasy, and bliss. It is about peace and it is about the constant state of nirvana, which can be described as orgasmic and extremely high vibrational. The divine feminine opened this simulation in order to solve the masculine equation. It is not good that man should be alone, but rather it was not good that she should be alone. So she did the equation of -0 minus -1 to erect the +1 or her +1, which is the divine masculine. And that is the equation that we have all been collectively solving. Twin flames, love, sex, not just any sex, but tantric sex and orgasm is holy and is the highest order of all existence. It is the reason why we are here. And it is the entire purpose of us learning self-mastery through duality and coming into this dual universe of the masculine feminine polarity, as well as all of the other mirrored images that you see, because everything and all things are you and you are all things. On a quantum level, everything is frequency and light. What you see before you is varied, simulated versions of yourself, and you are here to learn through those mirrors so that you could gain access to the bliss gate or the fifth dimension of light. What we are experiencing at this present time is the takeover or hostile takeover of the realm, which was likely already preordained or mapped out in the mathematics of the realm so that we could experience everything that love was and was not. The masculine equation is the reduction of the feminine divine and pulling a portion of herself out so that she could go into the gate of bliss with her masculine counterpart, and we can experience bliss, peace, high vibrations, love, sex, intimacy on a higher level, not just physical sex. I'm talking about the experience and the tranquility and the orgasmic experience of bliss. As I have been teaching on this channel, the two witnesses of Revelations 11 is a love story about two beings who are twin flames, and they are the highest form of love and intimacy as they are two photon light beings in separate bodies. And the entire crux of the storyline on earth is keeping these two apart because it is the complete elevation of love and bliss, and also the gateway through the birth of the man-child and the reset into the light realm, where we go into this space where we have a reset of the sun that ushers us into the fifth dimension, which is the light dimension. Okay. And we are right here at this particular point in time. And this is the reason why you're seeing the collapse of these things on the world stage that evolve around the debasement of the orgasm, sex, love, and everything that is altered to what the holiness of it should be. Sex and love are meant to be sacred things shared between the duality of flames, and a massive orchestration has been created in order to create the illusion that this does not exist. We were meant to be learning about this process through the mirroring of all things and learning how to respect the rules of engagement of the light. That means not filling yourself up with instant gratification, consumerism, and all the things that are placed before you to fill the void of emotions of love and bliss that you are actually seeking, or your soul's highest self is seeking, with temporary things, people, and places. The archons of the material realm would have you think that the only thing that is purpose in life is acquiring things, when in actuality, love is actually what you should be seeking. And it is the truest desire of all souls and beings that exist on earth to be accepted and to be loved on a level that supersedes anything that you have ever experienced and understand. This cannot be replaced with false senses of love and false flames and people who don't understand how this works. Diving deeper into the depths of love and the experience of intimacy is what we really were meant to be doing here. And a part of this reset is going to be restoring us back to the kingdom of light, which is the fifth dimension, no longer trapped in physical matter-based bodies and no longer able to hide behind the shell of matter. When you think about the fifth dimension, think about more possibilities, open spaces, pure light, pure bliss, pure ecstasy, pure love, and high vibrations. You're talking about people who are now encased in matter, which present themselves to you and they can hide their inner workings behind matter-based bodies versus you being in an environment that no longer encases us in shells. So you will literally see a person's vibration. You will be able to see their energy and read it clearly because we are no longer able to hide within the physical matter-based existence. We will exceed the material realm and we will come out of these shells at the reset so that we can experience the intimacy of light and all of the possibilities that it has to offer. But you must first learn to respect the rules of engagement. In the higher order of things, suffering and what we're experiencing in this realm is all about perception. If you remove yourself from the seat of the victim and become more of the observer and understand that all of these things are placed before you as lessons or mirrors in order for you to learn how to exceed them, and the light ultimately is what you should be seeking and reaching, then that will become your primary focus. Focusing on materialism and the things that will no longer matter when we go into this gate of bliss, which is the fifth dimension, you will begin to see things as they mirror themselves to you as a lesson. And that includes consumerism in the way we view objects. All things are sentient light energy. You are no different than the inanimate objects that you encounter. All things in existence come from someplace. It doesn't matter if it's something as simple as a shell or your cell phone. These are all materials that come from the earth, and the earth itself is a form of a quantum light experience. So you must learn to respect things. And that means not hoarding these mirrors or these things that you have in common in your experience, and learning how to respect them, using the minimal to get everything that you need, and not bringing so much into your space in order to fill the void, which is the light that you are seeking. And our entire journey is to find ourselves back to ourselves, which is our mirror, which is our twin flame, which is love, so that we can enter the gate of bliss and be in forever pleasure. Capitalism, consumerism, and religion serve as these pillars, and they all kind of work hand in hand, if you think about it, to diminish love and to remove the intimacy and shame these sexual encounters and love as something that is debased and immoral, and to place this cloak of, oh, we need to have taboo about these things, when in actuality, when we leave these skin suits, the entire experience itself will be bliss. The entire experience itself will be orgasmic, so that when we cross over into the fifth dimension, we will be worthy, not only worthy, but ready to experience it. Key takeaways. You are not your body. You are light. All is light. All is we are all. And we are here to experience the mirror. So when you encounter a mirror, and it could be a person you're encountering or someone encountering you, when you see the things that mirror and you're feeling inferior, or there's something you need to change, or someone is experiencing you and they're feeling as though they need to react in a negative way, that is how mirrors work. It's all about a learning process. And there's no way for you to elevate until you begin to look at yourself and all things surrounding you in this way, respecting and understanding that all things are placed before you as a lesson. Vibrating higher is the order of the day, and the reset will be the place where we enter this space. What you should focus on is changing your perception in the way that you view these things, and removing yourself out of the victim seat and put yourself in a sovereign driver seat, meaning that from a higher perspective, my soul is seeking access to the gate of bliss. It is not seeking instances of pain and suffering and loss. Those are are only temporary things that are here to teach you about love, about missing someone, about what it means to cherish a thing or to have something that you entirely love. Think about the times that you've been extremely happy and what that felt like. And also think about the fact that we're going into a space where this will be the norm, okay? Because in order to pass through this gate, you have to meet the sun's energy where it is, which means you need to be vibing extremely high. In learning duality, we are learning self mastery. So when you see yourself in other people, or you see things that you can improve upon in other people and things, or people see things in you when they come across you and they say, oh my God, this person has great light, and they begin to diminish or even try to diminish you in the process, what you should be focused on is that part of the experience and the fact that it is all meant to elevate you in a way. And when you start to look at things in this manner, you will begin to elevate your energy, because then you realize that, hey, I am the observer. I am the higher being here, and my entire purpose is to access the gate of bliss. What is this experience seeking to teach me? What is this mirror evoking in me so that I can change that thing or move or maneuver around it so I can better understand what is being presented here? Self-mastery is about mastering the elements, which is earth, wind, fire, ether, and all of those things are light. So when you learn how to master yourself, which you are comprised of all of those elements, you have water, you have electricity, you have fire, you have blood, you have all these things within your person. You're learning how to master the rules of light so that when we cross the threshold into the fifth dimension, you will learn how to respect the rules of engagement. And only high vibrational beings are allowed. This means that the villains in this story are the lowest form of energy, and they are truly the most tragic case here, because they themselves will have to experience the nevermore while you experience the evermore. And that is truly sad for anyone. I am here to teach everyone about how to manipulate and bend the light, and also how a lot of the light bending in terms of my decoding has already been done on a world stage level. So if you've been following me, then you understand that numbers, words, speech, vibration, quantum physics is the crux of our experience. And a part of what I'm here to teach going forward is how to master these things so that we can all ascend into the fifth dimension, we can overcome our obstacles, and we can enter in through the gate of bliss. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you want to follow along, feel free to meditate daily with me. I'm doing this in the form of 30 minutes to an hour a day of meditation, where I sit and listen to frequency music, use my crystals, and just attempt to sit still enough to hear my thoughts and hear those divine things that drop into my consciousness as someone with already Christ anointed oil consciousness. Okay. And if you like this content, like, share, and subscribe, and put a comment down in the comments just to let me know what you think of this content overall. Keep shining bright. Peace, love, and light.